Beneath the waves, a silent revolution is unfolding. China's submarines are no longer just defenders of its coastline. They've become stealthy hunters, armed with cutting-edge technology and deadly precision. From conventional boats to nuclear giants, Beijing is reshaping the underwater balance of power, challenging Western dominance beneath the world's oceans. China has once again turned heads in the global defense community by unveiling what experts are calling its most advanced non-nuclear submarine to date. The new vessel, believed to be the Type ZOR-39C variant of the Yuan-class, marks a major technological leap for the People's Liberation Army Navy. What's really catching everyone's attention isn't just the sleek, modern look, but the cutting-edge features packed inside it. Unlike earlier versions, this submarine sports an X-shaped rudder design, something previously seen in advanced Western models like Germany's Type 2112. This new configuration gives it superior maneuverability underwater and makes it quieter, a key advantage in stealth operations. What's even more intriguing is speculation that this new model could be equipped with a vertical launch system, allowing it to fire cruise or even hypersonic missiles while submerged. If that's true, it changes the entire game. It means China could potentially strike land or sea targets from beneath the waves without revealing its position, giving it a deadly first strike capability. Reports suggest the whole design has been refined for better noise reduction, possibly using special coatings and advanced sound dampening technology to reduce its acoustic signature. Simply put, it's harder to detect, harder to track, and deadlier than any previous Chinese diesel electric sub. The submarine likely runs on an upgraded air-independent propulsion system, giving it longer underwater endurance, meaning it can stay submerged for weeks without surfacing. That's something Western navies have long excelled at, and China clearly wants to close that gap. Chinese state media has described the launch as a historic milestone, hinting that this is just the beginning of a new generation of advanced underwater platforms. Military analysts say this move shows China's intent to dominate not just the open seas, but also the silent world below them. By pushing its conventional fleet toward near-nuclear level capability, China is signaling it doesn't need nuclear propulsion to pose a serious threat. It's a message aimed squarely at rivals like the United States and Japan that the Chinese Navy is no longer playing catch-up. It's innovating on its own terms, creating a new kind of undersea power that the world can't afford to ignore. China's ambitions beneath the ocean surface don't stop at conventional submarines. The country is now diving deeper into nuclear-powered waters with a bold new class of underwater giants. The latest development, the Type U-93B, has already made waves across defense circles worldwide. This nuclear-powered guided missile submarine represents a massive leap in both design and capability for the People's Liberation Army Navy. Unlike older generations that were primarily defensive or limited in range, the Type ZO-93B is built to project power far from Chinese shores. What sets it apart is its ability to carry land, attack cruise missiles, giving China a true second strike capability from beneath the sea. These submarines are designed to operate silently and remain submerged for extended periods, powered by a nuclear reactor that eliminates the need to surface for air or fuel. That means they can prowl deep waters, unseen and unheard, ready to strike when ordered. But this isn't the end of China's underwater evolution. Far from it. The country is already developing the even more advanced Type ZOR-96 ballistic missile submarine expected to enter service later this decade. This next-generation SSBM will reportedly carry the powerful JL-3 submarine launched ballistic missile, a weapon capable of striking targets across continents, potentially even reaching the continental United States from Chinese waters. If confirmed, that would give Beijing a true global nuclear deterrent comparable to the US and Russia. Satellite imagery and Pentagon reports suggest that new construction yards are expanding to produce these submarines, emphasizing just how seriously China takes its sea-based nuclear leg. The combination of the Type ZOR-93B's precision strike ability and the Type O-96 strategic nuclear punch creates a 1-2 force multiplier that reshapes the balance of power under the waves. This isn't just about defending China's coastline anymore, it's about extending influence across the Indo-Pacific and beyond. As U.S. aircraft carrier groups and allied navies increase their presence in the region, these submarines serve as China's silent answer. Invisible, patient, and armed with devastating reach. Each new launch sends a clear signal China's submarine fleet is no longer just a supporting branch, it's becoming a core pillar of its global power projection strategy. China's ambitions to dominate the underwater world don't stop at strengthening its own fleet. It's now exporting that power to its closest allies. One of the most significant examples of this is the ongoing submarine deal with Pakistan. Recently, China completed and handed over the second Hangar-class submarine to the Pakistan Navy, part of an 8-submarine deal signed back in 2015. These submarines are derived from China's highly successful Type 039A1 class design, but have been customized to meet Pakistan's operational needs. They are stealthy, advanced, and capable of launching anti-ship and land attack cruise missiles, giving Pakistan a powerful new tool to project strength in the Indian Ocean. The Hangar-class submarines are equipped with air-independent propulsion systems, which allow them to stay submerged for much longer than traditional diesel-electric submarines, a huge advantage in modern naval warfare. For Pakistan, this deal isn't just about buying submarines, it's about gaining a technological edge over its rivals, especially India, which has been expanding its own submarine fleet. For China, on the other hand, the deal represents much more than a simple arms export. It's a strategic move to extend its influence into South Asia and secure a firm foothold in the Arabian Sea. These submarines are being built both in China and at Pakistan's Karachi shipyard under a technology transfer agreement, which deepens military cooperation and dependency between the two countries. The collaboration strengthens China's Belt and Road maritime ambitions by ensuring friendly navies operate with Chinese technology in key sea lanes. It also sends a message to regional powers that Beijing's defense industry is capable of not only producing for itself, but exporting state-of-the-art military hardware. Analysts believe that once all 8 submarines are delivered by 2028, Pakistan will have one of the most advanced non-nuclear submarine fleets in the region, most of it Chinese-built. This growing partnership is a clear demonstration of how China uses defense exports as diplomatic currency, building alliances not just through words, but through shared weapons systems. Every hangar that enters the water is not just a boost to Pakistan's strength, it's an extension of China's reach beneath the waves. China's expanding submarine fleet is sending shockwaves through defense circles in Washington, Tokyo, and Canberra, and for good reason. The rapid advancements in stealth, missile capability, and underwater endurance are transforming China's undersea warfare game into something the world's top navies can't ignore. These new submarines, both nuclear and non-nuclear, aren't just meant for coastal defense anymore. They're designed for long-range, deep-sea operations that can threaten U.S. and allied assets far from Chinese shores. What's especially worrying for Western military planners is the possibility that even conventional submarines like the Type 039C could carry vertical launch systems for cruise or hypersonic missiles. That means China could theoretically target aircraft carrier strike groups or even land installations from beneath the ocean without warning and with devastating accuracy. The South China Sea, which already sits at the center of multiple territorial disputes, is becoming an underwater chessboard filled with stealthy players. U.S. Navy patrols and Japanese anti-submarine aircraft now face the difficult challenge of tracking these near-silent vessels moving through heavily trafficked waters. China's AI-powered diesel subs can stay submerged for weeks, making detection even harder. Add to that the nuclear-powered Type 093B and the upcoming Type 096, and the balance tilts further toward Beijing's favor in regional waters. For Australia and the United States, this means intensifying their anti-submarine warfare training and expanding undersea sensor networks across the Indo-Pacific. The AUKUS alliance, which aims to supply Australia with nuclear submarines, is partly a response to this rising threat. Analysts warn that if China positions these submarines strategically across key maritime choke points, it could monitor, shadow, or even cut off allied naval operations in the region. The underwater environment, once dominated by the U.S. and its allies, is now increasingly contested. Chinese submarines can quietly patrol near Guam, the Philippines, or even approach Japanese waters undetected, forcing allied forces to operate under constant threat. The message from Beijing is subtle but powerful. Its silent hunters can appear anywhere, anytime. Every new submarine launch is another signal to the West that the era of uncontested American dominance beneath the Pacific waves is coming to an end. The balance of naval power beneath the ocean's surface is shifting, and China is the driving force behind that change. For decades, the undersea domain was largely dominated by Western powers, especially the United States and its allies, who had the quietest submarines, the most advanced sonar systems, and unmatched global reach. But that dominance is now being challenged by a rising Chinese submarine fleet that's evolving faster than many anticipated. What makes this transformation so significant is not just the number of submarines China is building, but the technology and strategy behind them. Each new vessel is quieter, faster, and more lethal than the last, with air-independent propulsion technology giving its diesel-electric subs the ability to stay submerged for weeks, and new nuclear powered classes like the Type 093B and Type 096 offering global strike potential, China is creating an undersea force that can operate far beyond its regional waters. These submarines are no longer confined to defending the Chinese coastline. They can move deep into the Pacific and Indian Oceans, challenging Western fleets in areas that were once uncontested. The combination of improved sonar absorbent coatings, streamlined hulls, and advanced torpedo and missile systems has made detection far more difficult. Even U.S. and Japanese anti-submarine aircraft struggle to track these new boats once they vanish beneath the waves. What's even more concerning for Western strategists is the shift in doctrine. China's Navy isn't just focusing on quantity, it's mastering coordinated operations between submarines, surface ships, and surveillance drones to dominate multiple layers of the maritime environment. This means an American carrier group could now face not just threats from above the surface, but from below it, silent and unseen. Analysts describe this as the beginning of a new era of undersea competition, one where stealth and intelligence will decide who controls the world's oceans. The underwater battlefield is becoming the new